Hello and welcome back to StormShannon.com. In this video we're going to be talking about how to release two of the low back muscles that tend to show up as dysfunctional. The first one is known as the quadratus lumborum. The second, the multifidus. So first, the quadratus lumborum is a large rectangular muscle that goes from the bottom of your rib cage down to your pelvic crest, the top of your hip bone, and then also attaches into your lumbar spine. So it makes a big rectangle, hence quadratus. So there's two primary areas in the quadratus where you will find trigger points. The first one is right at the base of the rib cage next to the spine. The other one is more on its outer attachment to the hip, closer to the outside portion of the hip, just above the hip bone. So for those spots, because they are pinpoint spots, the best way I find to release them is to use a lacrosse ball or a tennis ball to start with is fine, and you want to just find those spots. So real simple, you're going to find that spot, you're going to come right at the base of the rib cage, right next to the spine, put the ball in there, lay on your back, search around for that tender spot, hold that pressure, or you can roll back and forth over it for about a minute. Again, the second spot is that lower part on the right above the crest, the big pelvic bone, towards the outside. Go just above it. Get right in there. Get the pressure on there. Roll back and forth. Release that for about a minute. Now, if you've been in to see me, then I've discussed with you which of those points is the one specifically for you that you need to release. So make sure and work on that. If you're not really sure, you can check them, see which one is tight. But the problem is if you haven't been assessed correctly, you don't know which side is the problem, which of those points is going to give you the most relief. So I suggest finding a NKT or neurokinetic therapy person to assess you first. The second muscle group we talked about, the multifidus, it attaches directly into the lumbar spine to protect and provide stability. It goes from vertebra to vertebra. So it's right there next to the bony processes known as the spinous processes. So again, if you've been assessed, then we've determined the exact location in there where we have the problem. If you're not exactly sure, you can but it was the right side, you can work up and down next to the right side looking for where the most tender spots are and release those. But once again, I really suggest getting assessed, because if you release it and it doesn't need to be released, it doesn't really do you much good. So once again, same technique as with the QL, only this time you're going to find those spinous processes, the bony part of the spine you can feel, go just to the side, put the ball in there, once again lay on the back, find that spot, roll back and forth or even up and down for about a minute to release that. And that is how you release the QL and the multifidus. That is all for today. Thank you.